How are you guys doing?
Hey, Mark and Larry.
Hey.
Wish you were here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
We're in Kansas.
What's that?
We're in Kansas.
Yeah.
That's tough to hear.
We're in Kansas. Kansas.
Kansas.
Don't get blown away.
What are you doing there?
Visiting Marcia's grandmother.
Oh, okay.
Letting her meet her great-great-grandson for the first time.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
What about on the phone? If it's like our isolated individual
It's all right. Okay, then we're going to have food talk.
gotcha.
All right, you guys, I just wanted to hop on quick and kind of recap everybody. Ange and I had a phone conversation with Blake on Monday, kind of about what we're doing as a team launch and us relaunching as well and combining it in as a team. And so I want to share some of that with you guys, get your feedback, and we can put it into action. Do you want to start off of? You want me to start? Okay. So one of the biggest things I just wanted to let you guys know, first of all, I think everyone on here already knows that we are going to be doing a launch at Nick's house in Miami, where Nick's going to be doing a presentation. The biggest thing that we all need to know as leaders is that we still want people to go through the funnel. They should not be going to Nick's house not knowing anything about Live. That should be the power of having the CEO and basically closing people. So they should still be going to your website and watching the overviews and then obviously getting there. The only thing, unfortunately, we don't know yet is the date. And I know everyone's waiting on the date. We're going to be at Gia's birthday party. When is the birthday party?
Saturday, June 2nd.
June. So in another week or two, we're going to be out there for his daughter's birthday party. And we've messaged him, you guys, to nail in that date. But, I mean, he hasn't gotten back to us. So
Did I miss something? What is it?
at Nick's house?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll fill you in on that.
Oh, okay. I missed it.
So, but
No, it's okay.
we did a whole team thing on it, but you probably weren't.
When was that?
Uh,
You guys don't include me in anything.
Oh, no!
no, we did. I talked about it on the Saturday training. Yeah. But anyways, we'll get the date. You guys will have the date. You could make travel plans. I mean, my thing would be definitely be there and but don't be there alone. Have butts in the seats. Have people there. It's like your own presentation from the CEO of the company. Okay. So when Blake heard about what we were doing with Ange coming home from work and us relaunching, he had reached out to us. He's like, guys, where can I help out? So that's what prompted the Zoom, and that's what I wanted to talk to all of you guys about. So he asked some very direct questions, like he wanted to know, what were some of the questions that he had asked me? Is the someday video working? Like, does that get people? Like, he wanted to know feedback from our team. Like, is the someday video work? Do we feel that gets them to at least come back and want to know more? He also wanted to know that is when after people watch the 12 and the 10-minute video, does that give them enough information to at least get on a call to be able to listen? He knows that people aren't going to see the information and click sign up. He knows that, but he just wanted to know, like, because they really want to know feedback is when they watch the 12 and they watch the 10, do you feel that that's enough information so they at least know enough of what's going on? So when they get on a call, you're answering questions and can close. And I told them I thought, like, if they got that far, and this is for everybody, you know, do we feel, because they are trying to make everything work for, you know, change things where they need to. What's working in the company, what's working as a whole to the teams that are moving up is they're doing the Someday and website. That's first exposure. So Someday video and website. Overview 1 and 2. And then some sort of presentation after that, meaning a meetup at your house, a Zoom, a 3-way call, whatever, another exposure, which we're right in line with all of that. I told him that we were doing Zooms once a week or whatever. He highly advised getting back to that, getting back to doing Zooms as a team. And he says it's very important that when we bring somebody on, and Tripp and I actually even talked about this before too, that we didn't think that everybody could do a Zoom. You know, it would depend on what their market looked like. Adrian, we just experienced this with like Adriana. Like, can they do it? We don't want to push them for it and then have a failure. But they basically said that definitely try and do. There is a power to getting people in a room, whether it's at your house or whether it's getting to a presentation like this. Then we just talked about a couple other things. So first of all, my notes from that conversation, I'm going to turn it over to Ange and to Tripp, is they want all of us to speak about timing, on how timing is right, not only from the company, but also just the timing in what's happening in our economy, our company, and then us as a team. Because like he asked us, how many people do we have going to Vegas? And we were like 30-something people. And he's like he was blown away. You know what I mean? And we're always leading in all of those categories. And he's like, we have to be a top team, like all of us. You know, and he asked who our leaders were, who our runners. I named all of you guys because this is our leadership. And, you know, what does our Run to Rising Star process look like? Are people getting the Rising Star? And I just told them flat out, the people that engage and that do the work, which is who's here, and then the people that don't engage and aren't consistent, you know, you've got that fall off, which is just like in anything. So, honey, anything?
Yeah. What's up?
What's up?
Hey,
What's
how are
up?
you?
Let's wait till I get-
Nice to see you. Okay, so
You too.
thank you. So basically, in a nutshell, we're talking about a team relaunch, right? And that's where the whole leadership call came into play. Because I'm going to be leaving my job. I just gave my notice in a career that I've been doing for over 20 years. I know. I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And thank you. But I'm super excited to align with you and to be more connected with you. Just to relaunch ourselves as a team. You guys are huge leaders. You were mentioned as leaders to Blake Malin. So you are 100% identified as the leaders of our team. And so I'm going to tell you what he wants the focus to be. And if you have a pen, write it down, okay? It's recruiting, it's membership, and it's live meetups. And those are your 3 focuses. Everything else, don't focus on locals right now. Don't focus on anything else other than recruiting, membership, and live meetups. And how are you going to do that? Your energy is going to, this is where your energy is going to go. Your energy is going to go into meetups. Your energy is going to go into exposures, into conversion, and then into recruiting. So really, that's the bottom line, you guys. We are not at the point, we have leaders in Indiana with Marsha, in Miami with Adrian, in Connecticut with Tripp, here in Hutchinson Island with me. But unfortunately, you can't focus on locals right now because we don't have a membership base. And until you have at least 20 to 25 people, why are you focusing on it? And that's what he really kind of opened my eyes to, because my eyes was, oh my God, I love locals, I love events. This is really, it's going to be the business driver. No, it's not. You got to focus on the meetups, the exposure, the conversion, and your recruiting, okay, to get more members. And once you get more members, then we can look into the whole locals. Adrian, you in Miami, and Marsha and Larry, you guys in Indiana, and then of course, you know, Connecticut or New York, whatever he wants to do. But that really is the focus, and that's where we've got to start. And so, in terms of the system, I'll be turning it over to Steve. But I really want us, in order to do a team relaunch, we have to have the same focus, and the focus, you know, has to align. And you know, sorry. Thank you. I am so sorry. Okay, thank you. We took over like 3 tables here at the restaurant. Like we're sprawled out all over the place. So, you know, really engaging and cultivating, you know, for those who do have people like Adrian, you've got Paula, you know, you've got, for everybody who has their team, make sure that you're continuing to educate them and cultivate your team. And of course, translate the same message, but for us as leaders, again, you know, it's really taking your, because there's so much, right? I mean, there's the posting, the Facebook, the Instagram, there's so much that we want to do, but it really has to, we've got to keep it focused, narrow, and deep. And so when you make it focused, narrow, and deep, it takes the distractions away from our goals. And so again, meetups, exposures, conversion, recruiting. Okay, that's where your energy is going, and recruiting, memberships, and live meetups. And then Steve and Trip will talk about your system, but I want to talk about the preliminary launch. This is like launch mode, right? We haven't launched yet, but this is launch mode. And when I talk about launching, I mean, listen, we've launched a year ago. But you're launching yourself as an individual brand, okay? So not only are you launching yourself as an individual brand, aligning with the platform that allows you to earn money. Okay, so you have to focus on that. We're all individually a brand, and you have to focus on that, okay? Liv is just a platform. You are an individual brand, okay? So Steve and Chip will talk about the system, but peace out, you guys. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
No, you're fine.
How you guys doing? All right.
Good.
Good, you.
Here's the thing, you guys. Basically, our system, nothing changes on our system. What I wanted to talk about as far as with all of you guys is thinking about how we want to set up for going back to doing like, if we do want to go back to inviting to like a Zoom either once a week, every 2 weeks, that everybody has something to invite to. But the biggest thing to know is that it's not gonna be a cold exposure. There should still be like communication. There should still be the someday, ideally the overviews, you know, the first and second overview. And then because these Zooms, because how we were doing them before was like the whole presentation, and Blake's like, no, it should be story, testimony, close, basically, you know, with maybe a very small focus of maybe a slide or two of what everything is, where before when we were doing these Zooms, it was like whole presentations. So, and it makes sense because people are getting vetted going to that. So, were we having success with it? Yeah, if we were getting people there. So we want to open that up, but we want to keep it separate. He said one of the main things he said was keeping it separate from when someone comes on. It's a whole different momentum. It's a whole different thing. You almost separate them first before they come into the team, you know, and then the team stuff is that because you have to have accountability. You have to have accountability, especially when you come right on. If they've bought in to wanting to get to Rising Star in 30 days. You have to get their buy-in for that. And if you do, then you can, then they know that they're going to be running, and then we're going to kind of drive them to whether it's a meetup at their house, getting on a Zoom, whatever the case may be. And then from there, after that first 30 days, then they'll be into our team stuff of whatever that is, every week, every 2 weeks. So you guys were this is probably not the best environment. We've got people all around, but we wanted to make sure that we still got this to you guys so we can all be thinking about it. And as soon as we get a date, it sounds like we'll kind of get it nailed down by the 1st of June, sometime by the end of June. Maybe it'll even be pushed into July. I don't know. You guys will all have plenty of notice so we can get people to Nick's house. We want to blow that house out, you guys. You need to have people there. Like, you truly do. Like, because you've got the whole message and that being relayed from, the CEO of the company. And you can use that in your messaging. Like, hey, I've got a special invite only for influencers. I only have 3 spots, even though you can invite as many as you can. I need to know because I got to lock in a spot, whatever it may be, to get to that presentation.
Sure. I got something. What's up, guys? So I'll keep it really quick because now we know the direction. We know what everybody's thinking. I think it's time we all kind of step up and do what we know we're capable of doing. And so what that means to me is let's prove to ourselves and show each other what we can do in June. You guys all know what your own strengths are. You know what makes you happy, whether it's promoting with customers, promoting with promoters, leading with the business. Whatever your strength is, let's show ourselves and show each other as the leaders of this team what we can do in June. And everybody play to your strength. Let's make June a huge month for what your strengths are, whether that's bringing a bunch of promoters onto your team, a bunch of customers. We need to lead from the front, and we need to start building the massive momentum going into Vegas. I think the Miami event should be right there alongside of our priority for June. So everything we want to accomplish in June, and I know you guys want to accomplish it. You're the leaders. I know you all want to build a really big business, and you want the momentum, and you want the speed. We all want that. I wouldn't say that to the whole team because we all know the 80, 15, 5 and all that, but we're the 5. And so we need to act like the 5. And I'm saying this speaking to myself. Like, this is the conversation I'm having internally right now. I need to step up in June and prove to myself and to all you guys what I'm capable of. And so I guess I'm just saying, if that's what I would encourage you to do the same thing in June. And start thinking now, everybody in Miami. Steve was just kind of giving me the skinny on it while Andrew was talking. That's huge. This is going to be huge. I am going to start researching every single connection and my connections that I have in Miami and in the South Florida area. And we need to pack the house on this. If we're going to have the owners support like this and we can leverage this is something that most people in most companies never get. So start thinking about who you can get in that house and what you can do in June to make it your biggest month ever. And from that, we'll keep going into July, into August, and we'll be the biggest team there by far with the biggest results in Vegas. Cool?
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Let's do it.
Yeah, guys, here's the thing. We all know in this industry that June, July, and August can be hard months. So with having something like this that's driving a momentum, like that's driving force, if the goal is to still have this at some point in June, because the Level Up promotion ends at the end of July. So that should set enough momentum to then do closings and any follow-ups after that point. You have the whole month of July to do that for everybody to be able to level up. And if you can do that and level up by the end of July going into Vegas, you've just got through what's called in the industry like the slower months of in this industry. So we've got something like really to shoot for, which is awesome.
Yeah, let's focus on June, and June starts right now. Literally, June starts right now. So
yep.
Do it. Let's show ourselves and everybody else what we can do.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Awesome, guys. Thank you. Have a good week.
High five, Adrian.
High five. Oh, we can do a real high five.
No, I said high
All right,
five.
guys.
Have a Memorial Day weekend, you guys. Thanks for stepping away for a few minutes on the weekend too. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Bye.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.
You guys excited?
Yes, I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yes. Come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
let's go get it.
Let's get it.
See you guys.
All right, guys. Have a good day.